Murdaugh double murder trial as the defense rested its case today. But before doing so, defense attorney Dick Harpootlian asking the judge if they could take the jury to the scene of the crime, the murders of Maggie and Paul Murdaugh. Prosecutor Creighton Waters objected, saying that the property has changed drastically since the murders because no one currently lives there or maintains the property. But Judge Newman said he will allow it. Whenever that happens, though, we're being told the media will not be allowed to be there and no drones will be allowed to fly over the property. Now, on the witness stand today, Tim Palmbach, a crime scene expert, and Dr. Jonathan Eisenstadt. Both men disagree with Paul Murdaugh's autopsy results today. They both say that the shot that killed Paul was fired with the gun pressed against the back of his head. And Palmbach believes there were two shooters that night, saying the shooter would have been covered in biological matter and would have needed time to recover.
Do you have an opinion based upon more probably than not whether there was one or two shooters who murdered Maggie and Paul on the night of June 7th?
I do have an opinion on that.
And what's your opinion?
My opinion is the totality of the evidence is more suggestive of a two-shooter scenario. The shooter, for a brief period of time, is kind of out of this. It's not as if they can instantaneously suffer that, drop the shotgun, run to wherever the the blackout rifle is, pick that up, and then in any kind of a reasonable time period engage in a meaningful assault.
Well, he added that he does not think a shooter could switch between long guns quickly enough. That's why he says there were two shooters. Throughout this trial, we've heard a lot about Murdaugh's opioid addiction. Several law partners, close friends testifying they had no idea he had that issue. That was also the same story for his brother who testified today. Rachel Ripp joins us with that part of the story tonight.
John Marvin Murdaugh, Alex Murdaugh's brother, testified that prior to Labor Day weekend in 2021, he had no idea his brother had an opioid addiction. John Marvin testified that he and his brother Randy took Alec to a detox center in Atlanta that Saturday night of Labor Day weekend in 2021. He said Randy and Alec were in Savannah prior, and Alec was undergoing withdrawals, sweating, thrashing and kicking his legs, and unable to control parts of his body. John Marvin testified after the facility in Atlanta, he and his brother Randy picked Alec up and took him to another facility in Orlando.
That drive, he was much different. He was more subdued. It was not the thrashiness, not the twitching, not the jerkiness, if you will. I don't know the words that you would use for that, but that's what I'm saying. The only thing that really stood out for me is he slept a lot of the time, but he woke up from sleeping, and when he woke up, I mean, he jerked forward, and you could just tell that. I mean, it was sheer terror. He just woke up out of a horrible dream, and I believe it was him dreaming about what he found with Paul and Maggie.
John Marvin testified that he never had any reason to suspect Alec was taking pills. He said based on his observations, Alec was always operating as normal. Still to come this week, there's rebuttal witness testimony, a field trip for the jury to Moselle, closing arguments, deliberation, and a verdict. Reporting in Walterboro, Rachel Ripp, News 19, WLTX.
Rachel, thank you. Coming up at 9 o'clock tonight, our Murdaugh After Hours special airs live on our social media platforms. Going to be joined by our two criminal defense attorneys tonight who will discuss what happened in the courtroom today. We're also going to discuss that upcoming field trip by the jury. You can watch it on WLTX Plus, our WLTX YouTube page, or on our website. That's WLTX.com.